All right, first grade, it is Miss Paris again. So this is going to be our last lesson for today, Wednesday. I'm so proud of you. This is your first day of e-learning. Like I said, I wish I could be with you in the classroom today, but I'm so proud of all the things I've seen on Seesaw. Please remember to say thank you to whoever is at home helping you. They're trying really, really hard to make sure you're still growing and making all successes you can. So before we get started with our reading lesson, we're just going to review some letter sounds. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to pause my video and I'm going to do it on my whiteboard. So go ahead and pause the video and I want you to grab a pencil and your notebook and go ahead and flip your notebook to a clean page. All right, so now that you have your notebook ready, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, at the top of your notebook, okay, I'm using my whiteboard, but at the top of your notebook, I want you to write down all the vowels. So remember, there's 5. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but there's 5 vowels. I'm going to write it down on my board, remember, at the top, and I want you to do it on the top of yours. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to go ahead and do that. All right, so let's see if our boards match. So I have A, E, I, O, and U. If you put them in a different order, that's okay. So good job if you got all of them. If you forgot, go ahead and pause the video and maybe fix a few, okay? So remember we have 5 vowels. So today we're going to quickly, just before we get into our reading lesson, we're going to review some vowel sounds. We're going to work with our short vowel sounds today. So remember our long vowels say their name. So it would be A, says its name. What's the letter name? A. E would say E, I, O, and U. But we're going to do our short vowel sounds today. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to divide. Let me put mine down and show you what I mean. You're going to divide each vowel so that it kind of has its own space, okay? So I want you to go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to do it, and I just want you to make sure each vowel has its own space, okay? Go ahead and do that now. All right, so my board looks like this. Yours should look like this in your notebook. Get your pencil ready. So we're going to go through twice what each short vowel sound makes, okay? So our first one is, remember, let's just say their names real quick. So we have A, E, I, O, U, and those are our vowels, okay? So short A makes the A sound, okay? So let's say it twice. A, short A makes what sound? A. Okay, so now we have E. So when we're talking about short E, it makes the eh sound, okay, like egg, okay? So then we have I. So for making a short I sound, it's I, okay? O, A, U, So what we're going to do is I want you to put your thinking caps on and we're going to try to think of 2 words, okay, that have each short vowel sound, okay? Short vowel sound. So go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try to think if you can think of any words. We're going to focus on short A, so A. Any words that have a short A sound. Okay, really think of if you hear the A sound. So go ahead and pause the video and I'm going to do it too. Go ahead. All right, so I took some time and I came up with 4 words. If you only came up with 2, that's perfectly okay. So let's go through these words to make sure they make sense, okay? So I have, what's this word? Ran, man, pat, and rat. So if I'm looking at this word ran, I hear r, a, oh, there's that short E sound, ran, okay? Same with man, man. Okay, if you thought of some other words, that's amazing, okay? Now, here's a word, okay? Let's look at this word real quick, okay? What's this word? Okay, cake. Now, listen to that A sound. I hear k-a. Now, remember, we have our magic E, so it's silent, okay? Now, this would not be a short A sound because it says its name, so that would be a long A sound, okay? So cake would not fit our rule. So now I'm going to pause the video, and I want you to take some time to think of as many words as you can for short E sound. And remember, short E makes a sound, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to go ahead and give you some time to do that. All right, so here are some of the words that Miss Parise came up with. So let's go through our words and let's just say them. So we have H-E-N. What do you think that says? Hen, pen, rent, scent. If I'm looking at hen, I hear huh, eh. Ooh, there's that short E sound. Hen. Okay. Same with pen. P, e, pen. Okay, if you came up with some other words, that's great. So now I'm going to pause the video again, and I want you to finish your chart. I want you to think of words with short I, short O, and short U, and you're going to have a chance to upload your word lists on Seesaw so I can see all your words that you made, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to finish up writing some words for short I, short O, and short U. So go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, so here are some of the words that Miss Parise came up with. So for short I, remember short I makes an I sound. I came up with hit, chin. So if you're looking at the word hit, you hear huh, it, chin, ooh, ch, I, For short O makes the ah sound. I hear huh, op, to, op, hop, top. For you, it's a short sound, or short U sound, which makes So we have cup, pup. Okay, so don't forget this page because you will be showing Miss Parise all the words that you made, okay? So I would maybe go ahead and flip the page right now so you have a blank page because we're going to go ahead and do something new. So go ahead, I'm going to pause the video and let you get ready. All right, so our next part of our reading lesson today is our retelling. So you guys have been doing an amazing job of being able to read through a book and retell it. So today we're going to do our 3-point retelling. So your goal for the day is to get 3 points, and you'll have a chance to share your 3-point retelling with Miss Parise and Seesaw. So here are the 3 points, okay, that you're going to be trying to get today. So you want your 3 points. So your first point is going to be for telling me the title of your book. Very important. If I don't know what you're reading, okay, it's really hard for me to be able to say, did they meet the rest of their points? Okay, so for example, if you're reading a book about dinosaurs, okay, and you tell me that the characters are astronauts, okay, and ants, maybe you didn't understand what you were reading, okay? So, on the other side, if you were reading a book about astronauts and you tell me the setting, okay, you tell me the setting was in space, that makes sense, okay? So, our 3 points that we're going to get today are for our title, the characters, and the setting. Now, remember, you need to be putting these in complete sentences, okay, in complete sentences. So Miss Parise will show you an example in a moment of a 3-point retelling, okay? You guys have been doing a really, really nice job of doing this in class. You're going to be able to pick your own book. So you can pick maybe a book that Miss Parise gave you to take home, maybe a book from our bookshelf, maybe a book from your own library at home, okay? But this is the time to share and just read a book from home. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my video so I can go ahead and get my board ready so I can show you an example of a 3-point retelling, okay? All right, so remember our first point for our 3-story retelling is the title. So I just picked a book that we're all pretty familiar with. So I picked the book No David. Now remember, in order to get your point, you need to put it in a complete sentence. So if you look at my board, I read the book No David, period. Okay, I have a capital letter, I have punctuation, I have spaces in between my words, and my spelling makes sense, okay? And I use my best handwriting. So if you notice, Miss Parise didn't just write No David, period. I put it in a complete sentence, okay? I read the book No David. That's your first point. Now remember, the second point is to tell me about the main character or the characters in your story. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my video so I can write the next point on my response. All right, so now Miss Parise has gone ahead and done her second point. So let's review my first point, which is the title. So I read the book No David. Now my next point, remember, is to tell about the main characters, okay? So who's the main character of No David? David, okay? So the main character is David. Now, if you see, Miss Paris has more writing, okay? So remember, to really show me that you understand your book, you need to tell me a detail about that character. Really challenge yourself. So if we're thinking about the book Know David, we know that David has a really hard time following directions. So for my second point about my main character, I wrote, the main character is David. He does not follow directions, okay? Because we know he does a lot of things that he's not supposed to do, okay? He walks with mud in the house, he knocks things over, so he does not follow directions, okay? So I have capital letters, punctuation, spaces. My handwriting is neat. So now we need our third final point, okay? We need to talk about the setting. Where are they? What time of day is it, okay? So really try to add as much detail. So I'm going to pause my video so I can add my next point. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read what I have so far, okay? I read the book Know David. The main character is David. He does not follow directions. The setting is in the house. So for Know David, remember he's in his house not following directions. So those are how I'm going to get my 3 points. So remember you have your title, okay? It's all in complete sentences. So my title, the main character. So who's the main character and a detail about them. And then you're going to tell me the setting, okay? So I read the book Know David. The main character is David. He does not follow directions. The setting is in the house. So I have all 3 points. So now it's your turn. So you're going to pick any book you want. And you're going to read and probably read again so you understand your book. And then you're going to go on Seesaw and you're going to do a 3-point retelling of your story. Now, if you want to do it in your notebook, that's great. If you want to do it on Seesaw, that's great. If you're comfortable with the text typing tool. And then you're going to draw me a picture that matches your writing. So for me, I might draw a picture of Know David. I might draw a picture of him in his house and maybe how he's not following directions. Okay, so I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Please know that I miss you. And I can't wait to see all your great work on Seesaw. Okay, so I am signing off for now, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, first grade.